Hey guys, welcome to another video. I just wanted to say first off, thank you for all of the subscribes I've gotten, all of the likes I've gotten, all the views I've gotten so far. Channel's moving along. We're about 640 subscribers. So for those new to the channel, I'm Warren C. I pretty much now have gone to doing videos on general photography, my use of my camera gear. I primarily shoot Fujifilm gear for digital, from the GFX line to the APS-C line with the XH2 now, XH20. I've shot a number of cameras, started off with Fuji with the X-T2, and have worked my way through the different bodies up to where I'm at right now. I also shoot film. And as far as the type of photography I do, I generally do everything from street photography, as well as some portrait work. I'll even do paid work as well. Generally in the portrait, music, event scenes, some off or non-standard, I should say, weddings, and again, general. I pretty much shoot almost everything. You've seen me, if you've looked at my videos in the past, have gone out and done bird photography and so forth and so forth. The main reason I started this channel was to actually increase my video skills, to get them to the point where I can be happy with putting out content, showing what I can do with my digital gear, camera gear, and so forth. And you guys let me know, for those of you who've been around long enough, what type of improvements you've seen over time. Over the years of shooting, and definitely over the year and a half that I've kind of been doing YouTube, I have some things that I would like to impart on you guys, and that's the title for this video, which is things that I wish I would have known a year ago and know now, that I feel would have helped me in getting to where I'm at right now, we should say, from my video experience. And the first thing we're going to start off with is the biggest thing everybody starts off with, which is gear. I can tell you right now from my experience, when it comes to gear, I found that when you're getting started, less is more. And I guess you could say that about camera gear and doing images, stills, portraits, and so forth of people, basically the non-video side. When you're starting off, really what you need is the basics to get you going. Don't get caught up in, like I've done big time, and a number of people have done, and you may even after this video is get caught up with basically gear acquisition syndrome, seeing the newest and greatest. I will say Amazon loves me. There's a lot of gear on Amazon that's inexpensive, Chinese made stuff that works very, very, very good. Like right now I have the Hollyland mic. Now granted, companies like Rode had to make the way for something like this to even be able to be in existence, because of the popularity around using wireless mics and just making it cheaper and cheaper. With that, you get caught up though into just getting gear that you don't need, or getting too much gear. So I'd say get the gear, keep it simple at first. You know, if I was starting off new again, I have to say hands down, Fuji, good job on the XS20. It is a great starter camera for video in the Fuji line. I put it up there with the way Sony did the A6000 series. It gave folks an opportunity to get into a content creation genre using inexpensive gear and not having to have a lot. The internal mic on this camera is great. And it has been great, honestly, for me since the XT3. So with that, that's the thing on gear. Don't get too hung up too quickly getting a bunch of gear, thinking you need boom mics and all this stuff to be able to get going into video. This camera right now is set on vlog mode. It's doing everything for me. It's tracking my face as I move my head in the box. So with that, the next thing, education. Put some time more into learning the craft than the gear at first. Just like with doing photography, you have the exposure triangle that makes the same setup scenarios for you possible in video. You have the exposure triangle. You have your ISO, you have your shutter speed, and you have your f-stop. And there are specific settings that you need for all three to get the best quality video out of your gear. So The other thing to do is also learn about those things around video that helps you tell the story. And that's one of the things I'm trying to do right now, is learn how to tell a better story when I do my videos. B-roll, learn what B-roll is about, but not what it's about, but how you should use B-roll. And that's something I didn't know off the bat. How do you, it's one thing to get snippets of stuff. We do it all the time, right? iPhones, smartphones that have great video quality. We have GoPro, which I have right here, that has great video quality. And we just basically need to look at what is B-roll and how do you actually are supposed to use it? What is A-roll and how do you supposed to use it? How do you tell a story? How do you use your lighting, which is more important in video than it is, I think, in some ways, than doing images. Yeah, lighting is important for both of them, but even more so with a moving picture, lighting is paramount. Bad lighting in a video is horrendous. Bad sound in a video is horrendous. And stills, you can work, I think, easier, more forgiving in a way with bad lighting. Sound, of course, has nothing to do with stills. So that would be the other thing is, invest in your knowledge on doing video, telling a great story, and using that basic startup camera set or camera gear you get. The third thing would be is don't be afraid to explore, to experiment, just like with stills. You have so many different genres of photography because somebody wasn't afraid to experiment, explore, see what they can do. And I'm learning more and more about that in video. There's a video editing software you guys know I use, LumaFusion, and I love the multicam feature of it. It allows me to have 2 angles of view now using 2 cameras, and generally I'll have my GoPro with me and I'll have one of my digital Fuji X cameras or even a GFX, and I'll do some video like this, and now I can get angles of view, which I think is great, that I can work with a lot easier on an iPad based device or application, I should say. And I love the fact that you have other softwares developers out there who've done the same, right? DaVinci Resolve has an iPad app that's pretty good as well. And you have a number of different applications you can use. So again, I think the biggest thing is don't be afraid to explore. Don't be afraid to use your imagination and creativity, because as you, get used to that basic setup that you need to get going, 2, invest in your knowledge, 3, you'll be able to use that and really get the story out that you're trying to provide with your creative side. So those are my goals for video going forward, I should say, as we build this channel and I build my vlogging skills and build on my use of my camera gear, is to hopefully get you guys a better story with the video. Thanks again to all of the new subscribers. Thanks again to all the views. Make sure you hit that like button for a channel as small as mine. It really makes a big difference. I know I previously said I didn't care once I got past a certain amount of subscribers, but back in my head, I do still care. So the quicker we can get to 1,000 subscribes, that would be awesome. And all I can say is thank you guys. Love you for all the support, and see you on the next video.